Isn't it funny how you don't seem to hear from every single friend of yours that is studying abroad? That can clearly be summed up in this single statement. Good luck, simpletons. I am on my way to Harvard Law, and by the time I shall returneth, I will be greater than thee, academically, intellectually, and spiritually otherwise. Bruh, are you aware we've never heard of Harvard Law in China, right? Then why does it seem to be like I'm the first person to apply to this same Harvard Law? Don't be jealous, mate. Just support me. Alright, mate. Good luck.
Many months later.
Where's the registration point for this Harvard Law? I've never heard of Harvard Law, but this is YouTube University. What do you mean, YouTube University? YouTube University is where you are. So which course do you want to take? Do you want to be an influencer or do you want to be a vlogger? I signed up for law in Harvard Law. What do you mean I'm in YouTube University? Last time I checked, there's no YouTube in China. Last time I also checked, there's no Harvard Law in China. So are you going to sign up or are you going to go back home?
Okay.
Apparently that seems to be a story and the situation for many of the people in China. You apply for one thing and you end up getting another, and you're stranded because you had spent so much money coming here that there's no option of you going back home. And apparently that seemed to be a case for a lot of friends of mine in my university. Is most of them had come to apply, they came to do medicine, and they come to a school which only offers two courses. Like, it's either you're a civil engineer or you're a construction manager. And you had come here maybe to do courses like, you come to do nursing, you wanted to be a software engineer, and after spending so much money, you come to a school and you're told that that school only offers two courses. Now the problem that people might ask is, didn't they read their forms when they were applying to the same university? Like, weren't they told what they were supposed to do or how they were supposed to go about with their applications? That might seem to be the case. But then in this video, I'm gonna cut through the processes of you being scammed so that you can apply successfully and be accepted in university, and then you not having to worry about. So stick around in this video, that's what I'm gonna do. But then, what's the biggest problem that people face when they're applying to China? First of all is agents. Agents are a major problem when people are applying to China. I'm basically going to focus on China because I'm in China and I've seen this problem face to face. I've dealt with people who've been through such a problem, and currently, like, most of my people in my university have fallen victim to such a problem. Now, how do agents play a part in this? Well, most of the times when you're applying to China is you go through agents. You don't directly talk to the school itself. You use these mediums, these middlemen in between. These are what we call agents. They're just people trying to make money. That's it. Like, most of their aims is just trying to make, like, most of the people that you find in between here, they're just trying to make money. So they act as a bridge between you and the university. And others are genuine. 30% of them are genuine, but the other 70% is the one that you should start worrying about, because then these are the scammers that we talk about here. Now, so this agent is going to be dealing with your processing of your documents. He's going to be telling you what type of school you're going to be going to. He's going to be telling you what type of scholarship you've been given. And in between your applications and everything else, you literally have no connection with the school whatsoever. So you'll find that most of the people are being told, no, you've been accepted under medicine, or you've been accepted under law, or you've been accepted under software engineering. The type of scholarship that you have is a full scholarship. It has been covered for. Everything has been paid for. The only thing that you need to pay is your agent fee. Agent fee, also known as scholarship fee. That would range from 1,000 USD to 3,000 USD, and you're required to pay this money. Now, people don't really think twice about paying such an amount of money, because they're like, I've already been given full scholarship. I'm going to be getting monthly allowances. These are living expenses and such like. So they don't think twice. They're like, okay, fine, I can make a sacrifice. I pay this money, and then when I go there, I can regain it within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and I'll be cool. But then, to their surprise, when they come to these universities, they find out that, mate, first of all, you're not going to be doing that medicine that you apply for, and the school that you applied for, that you were told you were enrolled in, apparently doesn't exist. You're going to be a civil engineer, or you're going to be a construction manager, or apparently just don't have any school at all. And that's what happens to everyone. Now imagine having spent so much money to come to a school that first of all that doesn't even have scholarship, and it's not even the course that you applied for, then you need to start paying fees. And you can go back, because then your parents had spent so much money bringing you here that you just can't go back and you can't tell them that I've been scammed. And apparently this same agent who brought you here is nowhere in sight. This is a problem that most of the students here have faced. An example, like coming into this school, cases most of the people had was they would come in here like they wanted to do medicine, and then you'd come to a school. First of all, our school doesn't have scholarship, and the scholarship that exists here cannot necessarily be considered a scholarship. It's more of the gift to the cream de la cream, because no matter how good your results are in this university, as long as you're not amongst the top 10%, you don't get anything at all. And the only thing that they give you is a tuition fee cutoff, so you just don't pay a tuition fee, but every other fee you need to pay. So others came here in the false pretense of them having to have full scholarship, apparently with living allowances and everything paid for, and then they're being told that no, you technically have to pay your accommodation fee, and then tuition fee, maybe if you are the best of the best of the best of the best, then you might get a tuition fee cut off. If you were wondering why your friends, when they go abroad and they just seem to vanish from the face of the earth, it's just that their expectation versus reality just hit them real bad. Most of them went into a state of depression, others just, it's quite something. But this video is intended to cut off all this nonsense about agents. I'm not saying all agents out there are bad, I'm just saying most of them are bad. And you yourself, you need to make a distinction. And the only way you can make a distinction is, well, that's what I'm going to tell you in this video. So, first thing that you need to know when you're applying on your own, like let's get now into this video. This is a very long introduction. First thing that you need to know when you're applying for university is you need to do your research. What type of course do you want to do, and which university do you want to go to? So just do your research. Like most of the people up to now still don't know what course they want to go into. So they just look at what's the best fit or what feels best at that moment, because you're going to be doing this for a very long time, like 4 years, 3 years. That's pretty stressful, because for someone who has been through such a course like for 4 years, definitely you need to be sure that the course that you had picked is not a course that you're going to give up along the way. So be sure that you've done your research on the course that you want to do, and you're certain that you will not give up on this course, because sometimes school just gets a corner. You do need that drive. You say, I picked this, I was comfortable with this, and I was going to pursue this. And then you need to do a research on the universities that you want to apply to. Like a major key point that you need to know is coming November, December, January. Like these are the 3 hot months. 3 hot months, I meant to say 3 hot months. This is when most of the schools open for their online application. Like most of the applications in China, specifically in China, like is online application. And whenever you're using agents, what they're simply doing is they're just filling the information for you. There's something that you can do by yourself. They do it for you, then they charge you money for it. So most of the schools open in November, December, January, 3 hot months. You can just look them up. Any university that you want to go to, you just look it up on the net, and yeah, see if it offers the courses that you're looking for. And then further information about their type of scholarships, their type of teaching curriculum, their type of teaching backgrounds. You can just look up someone on Facebook. Just type the university on Facebook and it's going to bring a list of the people. I'm pretty sure most of the people have listed it as the school that they've been to or they're at right now. And you can just get to chat with them. How is the university? What type of scholarship is there? What type of this is there? Then you just get to know more about the university. If it meets your needs, then you can proceed to applying. The website itself is going to have a link to their application website. So it's different. Their main link and then their application link. So main link, this is where they give you the information about the school, the type of courses they offer, yada, yada, yada. Then they'll give you a link to their application portal. So November, December, January, these are like hot months. You can apply to as many universities as you want. The only thing that you need is an active email. Once you have an active email, and just sign up and you start processing. Other universities might require you to pay an application fee ranging from 400 to 800 RMB, which is Chinese money. And yeah, you can usually pay this by using friends. If you have friends in China, just send the money to their account, then they can deposit it for you. They'll pay it via Chinese means or methods, and then they can send the receipt to you. And you can just look up the currency. So how much does this convert to this? And yeah, if you're scared that someone is going to swindle you of your money, and you just do a brief conversion, and yeah, you're done. Once you found the university, and now you know that in these 3 months, most of the universities have opened their applications, and most of the applications that are open is scholarship. They all give scholarship. It can either be full scholarship, it can either be school scholarship, it can either be Chinese scholarship, pay-in scholarship, Confucius scholarship, any type of scholarship. Most of these schools do state in their websites that they have scholarship. I'm going to be putting links to the it's like a website that shows universities and the type of scholarship that they offer. I'll put it in the link in the description down below, so you can just click there and check it out. Once you found the universities that you want to apply to, 4, 5, as many as you feel like. But then if you're applying for Chinese government scholarship, which is CSC, you can only apply to 3 universities, only 3 universities. But then if it's school scholarship or any other type of scholarship, you can apply to as many universities as you feel like. Just go out, be fun, enjoy it. And the funny thing is, most of the agents might not like this video, but then like, we gotta help each other, don't we? Once you found that the university that you want to apply to, you do need a list of documents to apply. The most important and significant document that you need, first of all, is a passport. Like, you're not studying in university, like, for crying out loud, you do need your passport. Other documents might range from medical results to police certificate, recommendations, your results, depending on whether you're doing masters or whether you did bachelor's. Yeah, your documents might range in that form. I'll be sharing my screen with you, and then I'll run you through the procedures of you applying. So when you are applying, all you need is an active email. Once you get that active email, you can just look up whatever university that you want to apply to. Let's say, for example, you want to apply to Tianjin University. So then they'll give you their Tianjin University EduRoam, their link and everything else where you're supposed to apply, and then their faculties and their department, and about Tianjin University. This is like the main web page. So this is Tianjin University, postgraduates, letter of admission, undergraduates. This is just a website that gives you information about the school, their faculties, the courses that they give you, and everything else. But then if you want to apply, there's a separate link. And since I've applied to Tianjin University before, I'll run you through the documents that I had filled in and the necessary materials that I had to acquire for me to apply here. So this is my account. Most of the information here is going to be blotted out, and this is my application, which says I've been accepted. It has been having its moods, because then when I was supposed to have made this video, it was rejected earlier in the morning, and then I resubmitted it, and then some days later now it sent me that I was accepted. So basically, once you open the application portal, you just go on start applying. You can go down. This is a list of the CSC students who are nominated for Chinese government scholarship. These applied the same way that we applied on, and we're just fortunate to have been picked. So you can see the nomination list is about 170 students, and yeah, 170 students. So from here you can choose which course you want to apply in, whether it's bachelor's degree, master's degree, doctorate degree, Chinese language and foundation, or you can apply in any type of course that you really want to do. So start application. Then let's say you want to apply for master's degree. So you click on I agree and next. So master's degree, then basically you're going to go to this home screen. Then they'll tell you which type of course do you want to pursue. And here is the deadline for application. It has been moved to 2020 August 30th. Like by the end of this month, these applications are going to be closed. So you just look up which course that you want to pursue. Then these are the School of Management, School of Mechanics, School of Civil Engineering. This is Geotechnical Mechanic, and then you have School of Architecture, School of Precision. You just look upon the course that you feel best fits your needs. And then once you find that course, you can just scroll through. It has about 100 114 pages. Just scroll through School of Architecture, School of Civil Engineering. Let's say I want to apply under civil engineering, since I did civil engineering at master's degree, and the course is 2 years, and the amount of tuition fee that is going to be there is 30,000. And then you have there, so we just go on apply. So once you go on apply, you're going to be at this main page. This main page has 4 basic paths on which you need to apply. So most of the information that is here is there because I've applied before. So you will need to personally fill in every single information, and every line that has a red star to it, it simply means that information is vital and cannot be skipped, and you cannot move to the next stage unless you haven't filled in that information. So then you'd start from 4. You'd have to fill basic information, then you have application information, then the documents. This is where you start now filling in your resumes, your CV, your TOEFL. You need to fill in your graduation certificate, if you have your degree, your diploma, whatever certificate you have, high school certificate. Everything else that you need to fill in will be in this documents. Then more information. These are just to give you an edge over other students, just more information. But always pay attention to the information that has a red star. You cannot proceed to the next level unless you haven't filled it in. So now, from the basic information, basically you need your name. This name is filled in according to your passport. So you need to have at least your passport in hand as you're applying. So your given name, and then your passport name. Then if you have a Chinese name, you can easily fill it in. Then your marital status, if you're single or you're married. Dating does not count in this case. So then it has to do with your religion, your nationality, sex, date of birth, your country, and your occupation. Definitely you're a student. And don't worry about the Chinese characters. These are usually added by the website itself. You need to fill in this information in English. And then because I've applied before, the website has already processed my information and has converted most of them to Chinese. After that, you would come to here, your place of birth. As you scroll down, then you move to the university that I was affiliated to. Since we're applying under masters, bachelors might be the same thing. If you are bachelors might also be the same thing, but then this is like masters. So the university or institution that I was at was, you just put the current university that I was at, and then my place of birth, my native language, which is English. Apparently my country, we all speak English. This is like our official language. And then years of living in my own country. Yeah, I've been there for quite a long time. And you see, all these information is not information that you can skip because they all have red ticks. And then you have your home address. So you put in your home address, your city and province, and you put in your country, then your email. The email, this is where they're going to be sending you most of the information if you've been accepted, your acceptance letter has been declined or such like. Then your mobile and cell and the zip code, which is just your country. This is under the home address. And then you need to application contact information. This is your contact information. So you put in your email and your phone number, your current address, and your zip code. You can pause this video at any point and then just fill in the information as we go down. This is how to collect the admission notice. So after you've been accepted, definitely you do need to collect this admission notice. And usually it is best if you find someone in China whom they can send this admission notice to, so that that person can ship it to you, because they're working with a lot of students, like they're dealing with a lot of students. So them finding the time to find your admission notice in order to just send it to you, it's gonna take quite some time. But then if they can, like, someone can pick it up from the university, you found someone whom you trust and or is in the province or is in the area, who can just pick up this from the university and send it to you. That will be faster and you'll be ready to attend. Yeah, and then they can just send it to you via DHL, airline, ship, submarine, any type of media that you feel like they can send it through. Then I'll pick it up myself, or I'll do what, and then yeah, once you tick this, then you just proceed. If you pick it up yourself, the same address as home, I'll pick it up myself, the same current address as a postal code. So you just say I'm a receiver, then the city, then the address that they'll send it to, and the phone number, the country, and the zip code. So yeah, if you're sending to someone who's in China, then their information is the ones that should be here. If you want them to send it to your home, then your information is the one that should be here. And then the passport and the visa information, this is just basically from your passport. And then as we scroll down, this is a learning experience in China. So learning experience in China, if you studied in China now, please upload the residence permit and then the CU and then yada 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 yada. So because I'm currently in China, this information has to be filled in. Then if you've studied in China before, you definitely have to click yes and you write the university that you are at. Then when you started studying, what year were you studying in? And then whether you're in China right now or not. Since I'm currently in China, I have this information filled out. Then financial sponsor, definitely these are your parents who sponsor you. Then you'd put their details and their information there, the name, the relationship, the workplace, the occupation, the phone number, the email, and such kind of information. Then you have the guarantor. The guarantor information, usually just put the same thing as financial information. Like most of these are just repetitive kind of things, and you cannot proceed to the next page minus you having to upload this information, considering they both have red ticks. Then your emergency contact. This is an emergency contact. This is what happens maybe when you break a leg, you're injured, you're in an accident, something happened. This is like the person that they contact. And you can put anyone here as long as they are actively and they'll respond in real time there and then. And then once you've filled in this page, you can say save and continue. Then as you click on next, you're going to go to the application information. So this is mostly about the major that you've applied in. So since we applied under civil engineering, and the teaching language is in English. And then definitely we applied on a master's degree. Just from the first page, all that information is just brought back to here. Then the entry year is 2020, and then the study duration is for 2 years. Now, here's where you need to put in the reference person, someone who recommended you to this university. Usually it could be a friend, it could be a teacher, it could be a lecturer. Any lecturers, if you know any lecturers from that university, you can put them in this section here. And then whether to apply for a scholarship, then yes, you do want scholarship. Whether you like it or not, you do want scholarship. You just need to say, yes, I'm applying for scholarship. I need that scholarship. Like, this is why we're doing this. If you are not applying for scholarship, you can just go to whatever university you feel like, but then always make sure this option is ticked, as the website itself is going to tick it no. Make sure you look for this and you tick it. If that website doesn't have it, you might as well leave it out, because then it's not worth it. What we're doing this for is so that you apply for scholarship. This is just your English proficiency. If it's very good, then if you have all these documents, you can just have them filled in. Your TOEFLs, your GRE, your GMAT, don't even know what most of these scores are. Then they'll come to your Chinese proficiency skills, and if you have any HSK, you can just have it filled in. And then you can go to education background, your highest degree. As for me, my highest degree is a bachelor's degree. And then you give your certificate type, then you have expected of graduate. This is supposed to be graduated, but by the time I was applying, I was expected to graduate. And then any failures in your highest degree, if you have courses that you did not clear, you have to indicate. And then you give a range of marks. Is what's the most prominent marks in your report card? And mine just happened to be at least 80 to 90. So yeah. And then you move down to start of school year, like when you started your school year and when you completed their school year as well. And then we move down to work experience. If you have any work experience, you can usually skip this part, because then it doesn't have any red tick, because it's irrelevant. You are a student in China, like it's illegal to work. It is illegal to work. Like, you better listen to me. Don't you ever work in China. Wink. Don't you ever work in China. Wink. Have you ever worked in China before? Of course, I've never worked in China before. Moving on. Family members. You just can put anyone. So from here you can save and continue. So if you click save and continue, if you filled in anything that you've skipped out and it's like important information here, they'll tell you to go back and have it filled in. You can proceed to the next page. Starting from documents, this is where you would have at least spent quite a huge amount of money in. So you would have done your you need to upload you can either upload them in JPG, JPEG, document files, DOX, PDF, XLS, XL, SX. Maximum file size should be 5 MB at least. So you either need to compress those files, but then PDF is like the best format in which you can apply them in, or you can also send them as pictures. It's also okay. Just know you need your Chinese visa entry and seal living permit. Then you do need your medicals. I'll put a link in the description on where you can download the medical form. The medical form is practically the same thing. It's just that there are certain things that they check for when you're coming to China. HIV being one of the top priorities. Funny, isn't it? But HIV is like one of the top priorities there. Then you can just check if you have flu, if you have any sicknesses, and then you just do a list of tests. And then the funny thing is, even if you've done that, when you come here, they would still require you to do the same procedures. So I don't know why they make us do this in the first place. And then you need your study plan. Definitely you need to upload your study plan. And then you need a valid passport. Of course you need a valid passport. Do I even need to tell you that? And then you need your highest academic transcript. Like if you're applying for a master's degree, like for me, my highest academic transcript is going to be the ones that I did in my bachelor. And then your highest academic transcript, if you're applying for bachelor's, is the one that your high school, or if you did A-levels, or if you did any other form of education, should be your highest as you proceed to the next level. You need your graduate certificate. Definitely this is your graduate certificate from high school if you're applying for bachelor's, and your graduate certificate from bachelor's if you're applying for master's. Yeah, it goes like that. And then your non-criminal certificate. So this is just to show that by no means you are not a criminal like some of our African governments. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be rendered valid at this point, or going out of topic. So then your non-criminal record, you can just go to any police station. At least most of the police stations should have these, most likely your headquarters, because then you do need to do your finger stamps and such not and such like. Most schools ask for this, but other schools don't. But then to be on the safe side, it's just better you have all these documents down when you are applying. And then you have your recommendation letter, at least 2. This is for masters. Usually they ask for recommendation, at least 2 recommendation letters. And then you have other documents. This is receiving certificates and such like. This is just to complement your application. And then your Chinese languages and your HSK. If you notice, most of these other documents at the bottom here don't have red ticks, so they're not really carry that much weight. And then you have your language certificate as well, next to the last portion. But for you cannot go next minus you filling in all this information truthfully. And then you do need an introduction video, and then maximum size of 50 MB. At least this university requires you to do an introduction video. You just say, hey guys, my name is Kefo Empire, and I'm from Zambia, and I'm applying under the field of civil engineering. And then the other information is to ask you is, are you, your nationality background, are you an immigrant, or whether one or both parents are Chinese citizens. Just click no on both of them. Are you an immigrant into China? No, you're not. You are Africanese or somewherenese or non-Chinese. Then proceed to the next page. And then you just say your country of origin, and then your region, and then when did you get your citizenship. This option is going to be applicable when you tick one of these options as yes. Then you can read this, yada yada yada, then proceed. Then awards and information, you can just add them in. As you notice, they don't have any of the red ticks, so this is just to beef up your application. They're not really that vital, but then if you just want to be extra, you can just add them in. And then your application notice. Then the last thing is going to be a preview. A preview is just going to show you your application status from start to finish. This is where you just have your information filled out from start to finish, starting from your profile, and then it's going to go to your home address and everything else, and then your postal code and everything else. and then how you're going to collect your admission form, and then your passport. It's like it's just going to give you, make sure that you filled in every single information as you're previewing this page, your passport, visa, experience learning in China, yada yada yada. Yeah, this is just going to be like a full review, running through your documents to the end of your profile. Then after you found out that you filled in every single thing perfectly, you click this button, submit, and you are done. It is bulky. Yes, it is bulky. It's a lot of work, and it has taken us a lot of time just to get through most of these pages. But this is what agents do as well. They just take your information and they feed it into this application thing, and they send it to as many universities as they can, and they charge you for that. If you can do this on your own, then you're cutting off that agent fee. The only thing that you might need to pay is maybe an application fee to most universities that do require you to pay an application fee. But other universities, the application is free. It's only until you have been admitted, then you start your registration fees and such not and such like. Other than that, then we are done. At least for this segment of a video, then in my next video, I might try to add in how to apply for Chinese government scholarship, because it's a different portal. Because once you've applied here, then you need to take the application number here and feed it into the Chinese portal to apply for Chinese government scholarship. So this application here might only give you school scholarship, and then sometimes the school itself might recommend you for Chinese government scholarship, but then you still need to go to the Chinese portal and apply for yourself. So in my next video, I'll give you how to prepare after you've been accepted, how to prepare coming to China, and also I might squeeze in how to apply for Chinese government scholarship. I hope you found this video highly helpful, and if you're seeing this whilst you're still trying to figure out which university you're gonna go at, you're at a very, very good point. Because then if I had this information before I'd come to university, I'd be getting paid instead of paying. I think I've paid too much in China. 4 years. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. And yeah, see you in my next video. Peace.